Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day, afternoon, and or evening. As always, leaving a like or a comment or subscribing, all of these things help out the channel very much. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. I'm still away for the holiday season, but making sure that there is still crypto news. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Bankrupt crypto lender BlockFi has asked a U.S. court to greenlight customer withdrawals that are locked up in the platform, a court filing has shown. Crypto held in BlockFi wallets belong to customers, and the company has no legal or equitable interest in the funds that were frozen when the platform halted operations on the 10th of November. That's okay. A motion filed on Monday with the U.S. Bankruptcy Court for the District of New Jersey has said BlockFi, one of the first, and I air quote here, victims of the contagion caused by FTX's collapse in early November, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on the 26th of November, less than a month after halting withdrawals from the platform. I feel like the timing there is am I missing something? The 10th of November, 28th of November, filed for bankruptcy. Okay, maybe my dates are a little bit off there. Okay. In it, because I was assuming or was under the assumption that the entire FTX thing was only 5 weeks ago. But I mean, here we are also at the end of December, so my dates aren't all there in my head. In addition to asking the court to allow customers to withdraw their funds that remain in their BlockFi wallets, the company also wants to clear up the user interface that incorrectly reflected some transactions after the platform had halted withdrawals that in actuality never took place. They said, simply put, the clients were unable to and did not effectuate any transactions on the BlockFi platform beginning the moment of the platform's pause timestamp, referring to the exact time on the 10th of November, 2022 at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time when withdrawals were halted. So it is now, it's BlockFi, it's not Celsius. Genesis is also in the news, not here, but in general in the news. The companies that claim that they collapsed because of the collapse of FTX are now allegedly trying to find ways to get money back to the people who were using their platforms. There have been a multitude of DeFi platforms over the course of this year who have collapsed, who have failed, who have disappeared, what have you. I hope that going forward in the future, everyone realizes that not every platform is legitimate. And I hope that 2020 has been a very big signal for that out there. A lot of times when I make sure to tell you, or especially over the last 6 years, that something seems to be wrong or something is a miss and you watch out for certain platforms, just take that to heart next time so that we don't have to go through all of this all over again, because I have a very strange feeling that there's going to be another FTX type situation next year. And the reason I think that is because I'm a psychic and I'm a wizard and I have a crystal ball and I can see everything in front of us. Bitcoin eventually is going to hit $1 million. No, the actual reason is because this happens every single year. This one just happened to be more catastrophically devastating in the news than every other one. But historically, this always happens. There's always a collapse. There's always a fall. There's always some big exchange or big something that people put too much faith into, threw all their money into it. It ended up collapsing and everyone lost a bunch of money. So let's try not to reproduce that, because don't forget, you are able to custody your own money. You do not have to have it on another platform. That's the BlockFi is apparently trying to get money back to people who had money on their exchanges but were not able to withdraw the money because they filed for bankruptcy news. And yeah, Let's move on. Also in, nope, this also should not be happening at all. Uniswap, the largest decentralized exchange by trading volume, has enabled crypto purchases through fiat. That's paper money. Users of Uniswap's protocol will now be able to buy crypto using their credit and debit cards as well as through a bank transfer. The feature has been developed in association with MoonPay. You might have realized I said, nope, this should also not be happening. Why am I saying that? Can anyone tell me? And I mean, it's incredibly obvious. You might remember this news sounds relatively familiar to the news that we got a couple of days ago that apparently now on MetaMask, you are going to be able to use PayPal as a payment option. You will be able to buy things on MetaMask through your PayPal. The reason why this is an issue is that MetaMask, when first developed and first pushed onto the scene, was touted as and I air quotes here, a decentralized way for people to be able to use Ethereum's network and Ethereum's coins and to be able to swap back and forth through these coins at will whenever you want, i.e., you have some Ether, you want some OMI, well, you do it on MetaMask. The transactions on MetaMask thus far as we have heard, have been anonymous. Now, what happens when you connect your PayPal to any website? Now, what happens when you connect it to a cryptocurrency wallet? Right, yeah, all the information gets shared back and forth. They will know what you did, when you did it, how much you bought, because they will see on a Thursday you purchased $500 worth of Ethereum from your PayPal onto your MetaMask. You then transfer that $500 worth of MetaMask Ethereum into another coin, which you then transfer to a cryptocurrency exchange. On that cryptocurrency exchange, you did A, B, and C until a week later when you took that money off. Do you see what happens? You have created a digital paper trail. When I first saw this news on the screen, I chuckled for half a second and then I remembered, of course this is happening. Nearly all of the largest people, the largest entities, the largest companies within the cryptocurrency space never actually cared about decentralization. They never actually cared about your privacy. They never cared about you having private transactions or actual control over your money anymore. This news ends up being pushed out as a way to say, no, of course, this is really, really cool. Look at what you can do on this decentralized exchange now. For those of you who do not know or have not seen the history before, the entire idea of a decentralized exchange is for you to be able to deal in crypto, to exchange crypto, to swap crypto in a decentralized manner. The entire point of crypto is for anyone, everywhere, at the exact same time, whenever they want, to be able to buy, sell, hold, and trade and commerce in cryptocurrencies. You can't really do that when everything is tied to Visa and MasterCard and Coinbase and every other cryptocurrency exchange. So the idea of decentralized exchanges came out around 2016. The bulk of them began to release in 2018, and the idea was that on this decentralized exchange, you would be able to swap out your coins or move your coins around or join Web3 applications or create smart contracts or do anything else that you wanted to do basically in a private setting, as it is a decentralized exchange, and I'm air quoting there, because we've learned over the course of this year that nearly every single decentralized exchange is actually not decentralized. They're actually run by a single company who runs all of the nodes, if there are any nodes, and they have an office, and they can be shut down. This is against the idea of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not run by a single company. Bitcoin does not have an office. You cannot go into Bitcoin's house and say, stop what you're doing, because there are tens of thousands of nodes and validators around the world who are keeping Bitcoin's network secure, which is the opposite of what we're seeing for a large number of decentralized exchanges who are either being hacked or told to shut down by regulators, which also makes no sense because they are decentralized and you are not supposed to be able to tell anyone or anything to shut down a decentralized exchange and then it goes offline with all of your money. If you've caught on, the idea of being able to use your debit or credit card or a bank transfer through a decentralized exchange will once again create a money trail. Years ago, this was a major topic when people cared more about their financial privacy and why they got into the cryptocurrency space. You're into crypto because you want control over your money. But people are now saying, I want control over my money and how much goes into my bank account because I'm trying to get richer and I don't mind the Wall Street millionaires and billionaires taking over the cryptocurrency space. What do you think led to a partnership with a decentralized exchange? One, why they would allow for such a thing as a decentralized exchange who's supposed to be securing and privately holding the information of their users. Two, want to allow credit card and debit card and bank transfers on their platform. What happens, friend, when you are using a decentralized platform and you link your bank account to that platform? What happens when you link your Visa or debit card to Uniswap and you happen to buy $800 worth of crypto through your debit card or a bank transfer, which is, just even better because they then have your banking information on their website? I would simply prefer if decentralized exchanges just became normal centralized exchanges. We would have no real issue anymore. There would no longer need to be this veil that they keep trying to throw over our heads, stating that they're decentralized and it's for the people and it's by the people. It's all nonsense. I'm stopping myself from using expletives because this is quite a serious matter. When you talk about the largest banks around the world getting into the cryptocurrency space, it's not because they care about you. They don't care about your family. They don't even care about decentralization. They realize that a large portion of this market is probably going to skyrocket in price over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. The way that they make money, as you might have noticed, Visa and MasterCard desperately trying to get into the cryptocurrency space, is by having all of your information. How do you get your information? Well, you partner with Uniswap or you partner with MoonPay, you partner with any other company who's in the cryptocurrency space, who wants your banking details, who wants your credit card numbers, who wants you to link your PayPal so you can see exactly how simple and easy that it is to be able to buy crypto. The point of it is that you were able to do that before by using a decentralized exchange, or you were actually able to do that by using a what they used to call a Bitcoin or a crypto ATM. As everything continues to tighten more and more around the cryptocurrency space, we are basically only going to become the old system. It's a real shame that billions of people will never know the actual power of cryptocurrencies because everyone is just in it for an extra buck. This is part of the reason why FTX collapsed, because so many people didn't care what was going on, how goofy or weird this man looked, and when he spoke, the things that he said that made no sense. Everyone wanted so desperately to believe that this man was going to make them tons of money. And then when we found out collectively as a public that something was wrong, something was amiss. Funds were reallocated to places they shouldn't have been and fake money had been made. Everyone pretended to be super angry when you all knew from the beginning. It's the same exact thing where I keep saying FTX was not the first crypto exchange to do what FTX did. They're all doing the exact same thing. So when another cryptocurrency exchange collapses at some point next year, because it's been a common trend over the last 6 years, don't act surprised. Everyone keeps putting their faith consistently in centralized entities. The point of decentralization is to move away from the old system, to no longer use centralized entities. What happens when you are told that Uniswap is a decentralized exchange and they are trying to link your bank account information on their platform that you will have to enter and copy and paste, and guess what Uniswap now owns? Why does no one pay attention anymore to what's happening? There's no real separation between the old system and crypto anymore. Do you remember the news that we had a couple of days ago? 83% of all Bitcoin in existence is owned by the wealthiest people on the planet. And even more so, the metric was really weird. Do you remember what the other part was? It said that 17% of the other 83%, they are the retail owners of crypto. Do you remember what the metric was for actually being an everyday normal person who owns Bitcoin? The metric was you have between $16,000 and $166,000 worth of Bitcoin. The rich people are going to own everything in this market. The entire collapse of FTX, more and more every day, I think it was a farce. I think it was planned, not in that Sam Bankman-Fried. I think he was blindsided quite quickly. This is all happening for a reason. It's because we are not supposed to be in any financial market. They want us gone. We are not supposed to hold any crypto. Doesn't it seem weird that like 15 times this year we had so many weird catastrophic events and all the news from all the other crypto YouTubers kept on telling you to sell your coins? How scary this is. Guys, be afraid. It's going to get worse. It's going to get even scarier than before. And every time that people sold off their crypto, guess who was buying? The next day, $298 million worth of Bitcoin was just purchased as the price collapsed. 116,000 Ethereum were just purchased by one wallet after the price collapsed. They want you out of the market. Bringing it on back, this should be celebratory news. At least that's the way that it was thrown around in the cryptocurrency space. This is nonsense. It should not be happening. There are better ways to do this. I wholeheartedly believe at this point, this is my opinion, I think every decentralized exchange is not actually decentralized. What? No, that's crazy. Think of what you need in order for actual decentralization. And then you sign a contract with a company to be able to accept bank transfers and debit and credit cards. I know that only some people are actually listening or some people only actually care. We should have had a better future for everyone within the cryptocurrency space, especially as more people got in the idea of actual financial inclusion. But I know that that also, annoys a lot of other people as well. I've noticed the comments whenever I say equality and freedom for everyone, the amount of people who leave downvotes and or nasty comments. Imagine someone telling you the entire world should be free and happy, and that makes you upset. Think of what kind of person you are when you hear that. That's the Uniswap. Has introduced crypto payments with fiat, bank transfers, and debit cards using MoonPay. And it says Uniswap brings DeFi closer to users. What a disgusting way to write that. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also in, I guess, a continuation of what I was just talking about, the Bank of Canada has decided to release regulations that will bind the use of stablecoins, which are backed by a centralized fiat currency. According to staffers on the Canadian Apex Bank, regulation is crucial to understand the potential of fiat-referenced cryptocurrency assets. The central bank researchers released an analytic report after the Canadian Parliament failed to consider legislation. Apart from the benefits, of the fiat-referenced crypto assets with regulation, the researchers reviewed the mechanisms for creating and distributing stablecoins in a list of the potential risks. Countries are now on the digital warpath where they are all getting ready to begin to release their central bank digital currencies. They're all, you may have noticed, the Bank of Canada is not the first one, they're all releasing, what do you call these things? Findings of using stable coins and the creation of stable coins, because it's fairly obvious at this point they're probably going to be doing both. We've seen a number of smaller countries begin to release their own stable coins. They're not even calling them central bank digital currencies anymore. They're simply calling them like stable coins of this country and what have you, so on and so forth. A large number of these, if not all of them, are going to fail. They will not be interoperable. But next year, once again, as the trend stands, is going to be a very large year for the cryptocurrency space. It is the year before the Bitcoin halving. There are a number of coins that have major upgrades and updates coming. And it's also the year that a plethora of central banks around the world are planning on dropping and or releasing their stable coins and or their central bank digital currencies. It's going to get really real, really fast, and a lot of people aren't going to be ready for it. There are people listening to this right now. In 5 to 10 years, you will be using a central bank digital currency, and your bank account will be frozen by the government, and you will not be able to access your money until whatever event is actually over, especially if they found out or believe that you might have done something fraudulent. And at that point, you are going to realize the actual power of decentralization and being able to use Bitcoin and Ether at your behest. So that's the Bank of Canada news. There are nearly every single major central bank around the world right now has released some kind of stablecoin regulation paperwork and talking about how it could benefit the country. So get ready. It's about to get real Black Mirror-y. Alrighty. Let's move on. Also in the news, the German multinational automotive corporation Mercedes-Benz Group AG, or AG in English, is taking steps into the digital space with NFTs and also the metaverse. The filing with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, on the 14th of December was revealed in a tweet from NFT and metaverse licensed trademark attorney Michael Kondutis, who's always in the cryptocurrency news, in a tweet on the 19th of December. According to the information by Mr. Kondutis, the trademark filings for Mercedes-Benz, Okay, got it right. According to the information by Mr. Kondutis, the trademark filings are for Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes, S-Class, G-Class, and I know how to say this in German, but in English, I assume it's Maybach. In German, it is Maybach, so I will say both. The filings will include licenses for digital currency, NFTs, retail stores for vehicle parts. I'm sorry, what? Okay. And cryptocurrency trading, among others. Here's the trademark paperwork right here with the owner and the serial number. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I don't think we need a Mercedes-Benz digital currency. I feel like we can all agree on that. Retail stores for virtual vehicle parts. Is that a physical retail store where I'm going inside to buy an NFT part for my vehicle? Or will I simply be able to do that inside of X metaverse? Also, it says virtual clothing, footwear, furniture, home appliances, virtual vehicle parts, cryptocurrency trading, financial services. Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. It's worth pointing out that this is not Mercedes-Benz Group's first introduction into the crypto space. Daimler Southeast Asia, a part of the Mercedes-Benz Group, announced back in July a data sharing network based on blockchain technology, which will leverage Polygon as well. So, sure, you know what I'm going to say, and I'm still going to say it. Do any of you have interest in buying a digital Mercedes-Benz S class, G class, 1, 2, 3, and or buying virtual vehicle parts? I ask because I feel like there's going to be a market for it, but maybe because I'm not that into cars, I simply can't see it. I remember watching, what's that guy's name? Jay Leno. Years ago, there was an episode of one of his shows where he was showing off all of his cars. I think he has like 28 cars or something like that. And I mentally couldn't understand why anybody would want or need that many cars, because I myself would rather invest in other things, but that's me personally. So I assume we are going to see a future in the next 5 years where tons of people have Maseratis and Mercedes-Benz and what's the other one with what's the Trident one? Koopadoop or whatever it's called, and all the other ones in Jaguar and stuff like that. Because for those of you who missed it, they've all come out with information that they're all going to be releasing their own NFTs and metaverses as well. So that's something to look forward to. That's the Mercedes-Benz Maybach S-Class and G-Class virtual vehicle parts and cryptocurrency trading news. And yeah, let's move on. Also in news, on Tuesday, Binance, which is the world's largest crypto exchange by trading volume, announced that it had joined the Chamber of Digital Commerce. The Chamber of Digital Commerce is the world's, so they say, the world's leading trade association representing the digital asset and blockchain industry. Its mission is to promote the acceptance and use of digital assets and blockchain-based technologies. Binance VP of Public Affairs, Joanne Kuba, that is Kubba, I assume it's not Kuba, I'm going to say Kuba, stated, as an organization at the crux of the industry's rapid growth and complex regulatory environment, working hard in glove. What? Working hard in glove with policymakers. I've never heard that before. Regulatory bodies and industry groups like the Chamber are imperative to our mutual mission of fostering the sustainable development of sensible regulations for cryptocurrency. They're a lobbying group. Why not just say that? The Chamber of Digital Commerce. This is a lobbying group. Okay, sensible regulations for cryptocurrency and blockchain, which ensures protection for users. The Chamber has established itself as a leading voice in blockchain technology policy. We are looking forward to working with the Chamber and finding solutions together for the long term as we usher in Web3 and a new era of the global economy. Okay, so this is, why not just say that? So basically what this seems like to me is, if for those of you who don't know what a lobbying group is, it's basically people who are rich enough to be able to throw money at politicians to be able to get fair laws, fair, air quotes, to be able to get laws that they want passed a lot easier, i.e., this is in some countries it's called corruption. In other countries it's called lobbying. You would basically go to an event and find a politician and say, hey, I heard that you're signing a new bill relatively soon, or I want you to sign a bill, or hey, can you rewrite some of that bill that you are trying to pass to just have one extra paragraph inside of it? Just one paragraph? Yeah. And you know what? I'll even throw in $55,000 for you to add in that one other paragraph. And they go, sure, why not? It gets passed, something happens, and it usually benefits always rich people in any kind of industry. So I guess that's also what this is. So I was going to say good for them, but it also leads me to the question, if you've been following it's not even like a breadcrumb trail. It's like loaves of bread at this point. It's so abundantly obvious. Binance is basically in everything and is everything at this point. If you've been following the last couple of episodes on this channel, I'm still wondering exactly how large Binance is behind the scenes. You know that there are institutions and banks and I'll say the first one again, institutions out there that are very popular and very well known. It's believed that when you look into their finances or you're told about them, they're worth maybe 30, 40, 50 billion dollars. But when you look at how much money they actually have and that they're actually worth around the world and the assets that they have, for those of you who also missed it, Binance has been buying a large number of crypto companies after the valuations of these companies fell after the collapse of FTX. So it's no longer breadcrumbs or like Skittles. It's now like gigantic loaves of bread that we can kind of all see on the ground, leading me to believe that Binance is a lot more rich and powerful than people are actually, I think, led on to believe. Anyway, that's the Binance has joined the, I assume this is a lobbying group. The wording of it, especially working hand in glove with policymakers, lobbying, called the Chamber of Digital Commerce. So now that they're part of it, expect a lot more good for crypto laws and regulations to be passed, because they wouldn't be doing it any other way. That's the Binance news. I once again forgot. I don't know why I keep forgetting to bring this like little thing at the very end where all the South Park characters are running around on the screen. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope that you are all having a great day. I hope you've had a great holiday season, a great holiday time. Hope you did something nice for yourself. It's very important. Don't forget to do things for yourself, to do something that makes you happy, that makes you smile. Watch an old movie from when you were growing up, something that made you happy. Contact an old friend. You got to do something, otherwise you're going to go crazy. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, and or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.